You know, I, I, I'm not doing this because I want to get elected. I absolutely hate that. I was elected, as you know, to Derry and Strabane District Council. And I had to resign whenever COVID came because I was a member of a party. I was elected as an N2 councillor, and I was deputy leader and sixth county director. And I had to resign because I couldn't speak as a member of a political party. So at least in the Irish people, this isn't a party, it's a coalition of independents. And it's organised as a group just for administrative purposes so that we share posters and you know that you know, but we have been assured that we have autonomy and can you know, just you're, as an independent, you're responsible only to yourself and to the people you want to vote for you. You don't have to take anything else into account. And it's the only way forward, I believe, in politics. If you look at the, you know, the MEPs and the people in this country even who've made a difference over the last 4 years, the vast majority of them are outside the party system. Party whip
Yeah,
is
yeah. Like there's a number of independent groupings that are kind of organizing themselves at the moment,
yeah,
and one of the worries I have is that they'll start getting in each other's like that they don't get in each other's way. And like a good
yeah,
example for me of that is John Waters running as an MEP, and there's not just the Irish People Party, but the
yeah,
Independent Ireland are running
yeah,
an MEP candidate. And my worry, well, where I would get upset is if, like, to me, John is, for the last 4 years, similar to yourself, one of our, one of the authentic voices, with integrity that you could rely on to kind of comment and, you know, stand up for what was right. And he's very similar to you in that kind of nature. And that's where I kind of worry worry about the future, is
yeah.
that,
I couldn't agree more. John Waters is the best thing we have in this island in terms of understanding and you know, having researched and just the way he can communicate, his command of language, you know, he's just wonderful. I've read everything that he's ever written. I read his Substack, and you look at it and you go, oh my God, that's going to take at least an hour. And it's always worth it. He's great. And I did have that conversation with people in the Irish people at the weekend. I did express my views fairly robustly that John requires support, not opposition. And I kind of understand. Well, first of all, they're thinking, they're hoping. I sincerely hope they're correct, that there's a possibility of more than one, uh, you know, counter narrative person getting elected. I suspect that may be optimistic. Uh,
very.
yeah, yeah. It's just we live in very, very strange times, Jerry.
We
I
do.
my personal, and I'm not remotely afraid of saying this. My personal wish would be that John would get a clear run at it, and
Mhm.
I've
Yeah.
shared that. Now I'm not in control over who
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
elects to
No, no,
stand.
no. Like, it's a good example that you're in the the grouping's independent enough that you can say stuff like that without fear of you know retribution or whatever. Like, to be honest with you, I've more like the independent Ireland group is one I have as much, if not more, concern about, because they seem to be following a very similar playbook and candidate selection as mainstream parties, like plumping for an ex-RTE journalist. And as much as Niall Boylan is, you know, kind of swimming against the stream for the last year in terms of his output on his radio station, I remember, and you remember, the people who stood up when the fire was the hottest, and you were one of those people, and John was one of those people. So I have
Totally.
I
Yeah.
have a very
Yeah.
um
Long memory. Yeah, but no,
yeah, well,
you're absolutely correct. Yeah, yeah. And the information was there from the start
mm,
for anybody who cared to look, anybody who did even rudimentary research.